welcome to the Woodlands, Texas. You're in my kitchen and I'm Ann Anderson and I'm at the entree portion of your contest. The recipe that I'm going to cook for you today is shrimp enchiladas with creamy tomatillo sauce made with whipped Philadelphia cream cheese. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a tablespoon of oil and a tablespoon, I use extra virgin olive oil, and a tablespoon of butter. And we're going to melt that in a pan. And to that, we're going to add 2 to 3 tablespoons of chopped purple onion, and we're going to have 1 garlic clove pressed through a garlic press. Okay, and that we're going to have over at the stove. And just bear with us, we've got a camera person that's new, and so we're just going to go to the stove in a minute, and you're going to see what I'm doing over there. Okay, right now we have our onions and our garlic in here, and we're just trying to get them to be translucent and flavorful. We do not want to brown the garlic, so we've got it just about right. And then we're going to add our shrimp. All right, now we've got our shrimp here, and I've had it probably in here for about 2 to 3 minutes. And what you want to do is when your shrimp starts to turn pink. Once it starts turning pink, it's pretty much done. And you know, it may take a little bit longer, a little less. It just depends on your really the doneness is the code is that your shrimp is pink. And then we're going to add 3 tablespoons of fresh cilantro to this mixture. And just stir it in. It'll be a little bit, you know, you'll have liquid from the shrimp. And then we're going to transfer this to a bowl, to a medium-sized bowl. Hey Paula, we're back and we have our cooked shrimp here, and I've added some Mexican blend cheese. I've added 3/4 of a cup, and I've stirred it in with my warm shrimp. And you can use Monterey Jack cheese too, but I've chose to use Mexican blend. I'm going to set this aside, and then I'm going to make our creamy tomatillo sauce. Okay, I have put in the blender 1 28-ounce can of tomatillo tomatoes. And then what I do is I drain them, and I go ahead and reserve the juice because I might need it to thin out my sauce. I'm going to add a whole container of whipped Philadelphia cream cheese. This just gives it that great creamy texture. And I just put the whole thing in there. Okay, and then I put 2 tablespoons of chopped cilantro. And then I have a jalapeno that's been seeded and veined. And because what I want is the flavor of the jalapeno, but not the heat. I always, when I cook for guests a lot, and I don't think that, you know, when you like hot food, you love it, but if you don't, you won't eat it. So when you're cooking for a crowd, be considerate like that, and make sure you're not just putting your taste into it. You're being considerate of your guest. And then I'll put the jalapeno in, and we roll it up. All right, so we have just rolled together 8 ounces of the whipped cream cheese and cilantro, 2 tablespoons of chopped cilantro, and I added 2 tablespoons of the juice of the tomatoes, and then the tomatoes, the can of tomatoes, drained tomatoes. We rolled that all together in 1 jalapeno that has been ribbed and seeded. Okay, and then we're going to take this sauce and we're going to put it at just a little bit at the bottom of our pan. We just want a little bit at the bottom so that when you lay your tortillas, that they have some of the liquid on the bottom of the pan. So I'm going to spread that out, and then I'm going to roll. This makes about 6 enchiladas. It just depends on how full you want them. And then we're going to take 1 flour tortilla, 6-inch, and take our cheesy shrimp mixture.
Wait.
And all right, now we're going to take our shrimp mixture and put it on a flour tortilla. I have 6-inch flour tortillas. Roll it up. Put it on top of our sauce, and I'm going to keep doing this, pop it in the oven, and I'll be back with the finished product. Alright, the enchiladas have been in there for about 10 minutes, and do they ever smell good. I cannot wait to taste these. Alright, now what I do, I usually give these, a lot of times I have them for a dinner party. So I do need to let you know though, that while I was gone, I took the rest of the cheese and I covered it on top. And then I poured about a cup of this sauce down over the enchiladas. Then I baked it for 10 minutes at a 325-degree oven. Okay, now we've got the finished product, and it made 8 enchiladas is what it made. And I used the small shrimp, and I didn't cut them up. If you use larger shrimp, you do need to cut them up into bite-sized pieces, but I used the small shrimp, so you don't need to. So, now comes the fun part. All right, now we're going to take 2 of the enchiladas. Sometimes the shrimp falls out, so place them in the center of your plate. And if you lose some shrimp, it's pretty hot. Just pick it up and shove it into the little area. That's what I do. Hey Paula, while the enchiladas were cooking, they cooked for about 10 minutes, I went ahead and made a quick guacamole for my presentation. I took 1 large avocado, 1 tablespoon of chopped red onion, and a little bit of salt. Stirred that all together and made me some guacamole, which I'm going to take a dollop and put it right on top in the center. Then I'm going to take a lime and put that right down the middle. And then take a sprig of cilantro and stick that in there. And you have got a really pretty enchilada dish for your company or your family. And I cannot wait to taste this. I've been smelling this for the last 30 minutes and I'm like, oh my gosh. Let me see. This is so good. You can taste the creamy, tangy taste of the cream cheese mixed with your tomatillos and your cilantro, the shrimp to perfection with the olive oil and the garlic and the butter. I'm just like, I want to eat the whole thing. But for your sake and time, I'm going to stop. I just want to say thank you so much for this opportunity, and I really hope to see you in Georgia. Bye.